Hi and welcome to my video on parameter, and this is practice 1, a review of parameter. Number 1, we have a triangle XYZ with sides of 8, 10, and 12. Triangle ABC has sides which are AB 2/3 of XZ, AC 50% of XY, BC 4/5 of YZ. So therefore, if you take AB and it's 2/3 of XZ, so that's 2/3 of XZ. 2/3 of XZ is 12. So let's calculate that. 3 into 3 goes once, 12 is 4, so that's an 8. And we have AC is 50% of XY, so that's 50% of XY, and 50% is a half, which is 0.5 of 8, and that gives us 4.0 or 4. And we have BC is 4/5 of YZ. YZ is 10. And we got 4/5 of 10. 5 and 5 goes once, 5 and 10 goes 2, so that gives us an 8. So the parameter of ABC is, and I forgot to read that out at the beginning, I just went to work and worked these out. The parameter is the sum of all the sides, so it's an 8 plus a 4 plus an 8. And that reads 16 and 4 is 20, or 12 and 8 is 20. So perimeter is 20. According to sides, what kind of a triangle is it? Because the sides are 8 and 8, we have two sides equal, so we have an isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle has two sides equal. Number 2, if a triangle is equilateral with a side of 10, then its perimeter is, so an equilateral triangle has all sides equal, so it's 3 times S. So that means it's 3 times 10. And that makes it perimeter of 30. And again, if you do it this way, if you wish, it's an equilateral triangle, all sides equal, so we got 10 and 10 and 10. So add up and you'll get 30. But the quick way is to multiply 3 by 10 to get 30. Find the perimeter of each. A parallelogram with sides of 8 centimeters and 10.7. A parallelogram has opposite sides equal. So that means the perimeter of a parallelogram is 2 times side A plus 2 times side B. So if side A is 8 and side B is 10.7, that gives us a 16 plus 2 times 10.7 is 21.4. And that adds up to 37.4 centimeters for the perimeter, because the opposite sides are equal, which is double each side and add them up. Find the perimeter of each again. B, a rectangle with sides of 5 2/3 meters and 7 3/4. So a rectangle has right angles, and again, it has all right angles in a rectangle like this, and the opposite sides of a rectangle are equal. So if this one is 5 2/3 and this one is 7 3/4, again the perimeter is twice the length plus twice the width. We have the length as twice 7 3/4 and twice the width, which is 5 2/3. So before we multiply these, I like to change the mixed fraction to an improper one. So 4 7s are 28, plus 3 is 31/4. And change this one, 5 2/3. 3 times 5 is 15, so that's 17/3. And we're going to add these together. So first of all, we have to multiply. So we multiply here, we will get 2, so that's 31/2. We multiply here, we get 34/3. LCD for 2 and 3 is 6. So we multiply this one by 3 and 3. So that gives us 93/6. Add on. And this is multiplied by 2/2. So this gives us 68/6. And if we go up here, we add that together. And we should have 161/6, and divide 6 into that, we should get 6. Well, let's take the long way and divide it out. Two sixes are 12. You get a 4. 47. No, 6. 6 sixes are 36, and a 5. So it looks like we got 26 and 5/6. 26 and 5/6. And it's in meters. Again, I changed the mix numeral. Mix is made up of a fraction and a number. So change the mix to an improper fraction and then multiply it. It makes it easier. A rhombus. Perimeter of a rhombus with a side of 2.6. A rhombus is just a square pushed out of shape. There's a rhombus, but it doesn't have a right angle. Don't have to have a right angle, but it can. So there's a rhombus. So the perimeter of a rhombus is 4 times S. So that's 4 times 2.6. So that gives us, multiply that out, we get 10.4 feet. Perimeter of a rhombus. A square with one side of 9 3/8. So a square is all sides equal, but the only difference in a rhombus and a square definitely has a right angle, or right angles, and all sides equal. So the perimeter of a square is the same as the perimeter of a rhombus, is 4S. So it's 4 times 9 3/8. Again, change your mixed numeral to an improper fraction. So 8 9s are 72, so that's 75/8. Multiplying by 4, I can cancel. 4 and 4 goes once, 4 and 8 goes 2. Remember, 4 is understood to be 4/1. So when you're multiplying fractions, you can cancel. So that's 75/2, which is 37.5. And again, it's units of centimeters, or you could have 37.5. Either or will do. E, a kite with adjacent sides of 4.5 centimeters and 4.5 inches. Notice it says centimeters again. That's my brain working a little bit irregular. And 6 1/4 inches. Now, if you remember, a kite is made up of this shape, and a kite has this side equal to this side, and this side equal to this side. So that's the shape of a kite. So this side right here is 4.5 inches, and this one here is 6 1/4 inches. To add them, we need to either make them all in fractions or all in decimals. So if I make 6 1/4, the same as 6 1/4 is 0.25. So 1/4 is $0.25, which is 25 cents. So a kite has the perimeter is P is equal to 2A plus 2B again, just like the parallelogram. So it's 2 times 4.5, and it's 2.6.25. So 4.5 doubled is a 9, and we multiply, that gives us 12.5 if you multiply it out. So that gives us 21.5 inches. Oh, I could have changed it to fractions and made 4.5, 4.5, and added with fractions. But if we change it to a decimal, it's easier to work with. I don't need to get a common denominator. Number 4, find the perimeter of the trapezoid, and the units are in feet. We have 10, 8, 16, right angles here, but I don't have the length of this side. So because this is a perpendicular, so if I drop a perpendicular from here down and made it a right angle, because there's 3 right angles, this is automatically fourth. And that makes that this is right here. If I label it A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D is a rectangle. That means the opposite sides are equal. So if that's 8, that's 8. If this is AB is 10, CD is 10, so this is 10. So that makes, if this is 16 and this is CD is 10, that makes this 6. And as a result, we want the perimeter, but we need this side. So let's call this side X. So we have a right triangle. C squared is A squared plus B squared, one of the fundamental properties. X squared is 8 squared plus 6 squared. 64 plus 36 is 100. So X is the square root of 100. So X is 10. So if this is 10, so the perimeter is add up all the sides. So we have a 10, 8, 16, and another 10. And add up all that, so we get 20, 24, 44. So that's 44 feet. Again, extra little problem where you had to use the Pythagorean theorem because you have the right triangle. Number 5, find the length of the circumference of a circle if the diameter is 20. So if the diameter is twice the radius and the diameter is 20, that means if you divide by 2, that means your radius is 10. So the circumference, C, is equal to 2 pi r. So that's 2. If you take pi to be 3.14, and your radius is 10, so that's 20 times 3.14. Use your calculator, 62.8. And the units is in centimeters. I use 3.14. You can use pi in your calculator, but at the lower grades, 3.14 will suffice. Number 6, find the arc length of a circle if the radius is 3.6 feet and the rotation on the circle is 120. So what we're talking about is a circle like this. Here's the center, and it has a radius of 3.6. And if you go 120 degrees from here, right around, so let's say 120 is 1/3 of this. So we got 120 degrees, and we have out of 360. So all the way around a circle from here right around is 360 degrees. So reduce that down, you get 1/3. So the arc is 1/3 of the circumference, which is 2 pi r. So it's 1/3 times 2 times 3.14, and the radius is 3.6. And if you work that, I was going to show you on the circle, sorry about that. 120 degrees is 1/3 of the circle. So if you go, there's 90 there, so it's about right here. So if you travel from here all the way around on the circle, this is the distance that you travel from here to here. So all the arc, we're going to go 1/3 of it. So it's 1/3 of the circumference. And to make that easy, 3 into 3.6 is 1.2. So if you multiply 2 by 3.14 by 1.2 on your calculator, you roughly get 7.536. And I said to the nearest 100, but I didn't read it out. So to get the arc length is approximately, use one wiggle here, is approximately to the nearest 100. This is in 3's in the hundredths place. This is more than 5, so we add 1. So it's 7.54 feet. That's the length of the arc, approximately, to the nearest 100. Let's continue. Number 7. Find the perimeter of a pentagon, a regular pentagon, if its side is 8 4/5. A pentagon has 5 sides, so the perimeter is equal to 5 times S. So it's 5 times 8 4/5. So again, mixed numeral to an improper fraction. 5/8 are 40 plus 4 is 44 over 5. We're multiplying, so that's 5 over 1. 5 over 1 times 44 over 5. 5's cancel, and I get 44. So I get 44 centimeters. And number 8, a public park has a circular walking path. If the circle has a radius of 200 meters, find the speed of walking around the circle once in 10 minutes. So you have to walk around. So to walk around the circle, we're talking about circumference. So circumference is 2 pi r. So it's 2 times 3.14. And the radius is 200. So when you multiply all that out with a calculator, you'll get 1,256, and that's meters. So that's the distance. So the speed or rate, the speed is distance divided by time. So speed, the distance is 1,256 meters, 1,256, and speed is, did I say speed is distance divided by time? I better make that a T then. Speed is the rate, and rate is the distance divided by time. And the time is 10 minutes. So again, we have, this is meters, and this is minutes. So when you divide by 10, you get 1,256 meters per minute. That's the speed. So it's distance divided by time, even though I put down an R there. This is T, time. And dividing by 10, move the decimal. There's the decimal right here, move it one place to the left. So 125.6 meters per minute. So that's a little review of the unit on perimeter of different figures. And again, as in all my videos, if you like my video, click the like button and subscribe button if you're not a subscriber. And visit my math website, www.mathfullyexplained.com, to find more information about me, my videos, and the content. That's the content on my YouTube channel called Math Fully Explained. Just one word. Thank you for viewing my video. Hope the video helped you. Bye-bye.